Welcome back to the COHSS. That's the Central Ohio High School Showcase. We do this every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You should all be checked in because I'm very excited to bring to the COHSS today, again, one of the top players, not only in Central Ohio, not only in the state, in all of America. He's going to have a tremendous opportunity moving forward at the University of Purdue. But before we get there he is, my man, Mershawn Rice from Reynoldsburg High School. Good morning, man. How you doing? Thank you for joining the COHSS today. How you feel?
Oh, I feel great, Still trying to get over my little cold I've been having for couple of days, but, it's cool.
Thank you very much for joining us today, man. I appreciate it. We've talked a couple times over the last couple weeks. It's a pleasure to get you in studio today. So, look, man, let's talk about Reynoldsburg football, okay? Reynoldsburg has been lit all year, okay? But I want to take you back. We're going to talk about a lot of things today, man. The tremendous season that you guys have had, some of the great players that you've been able to play with. We're going to talk about Coach Buddy White and some more. But before we get there, I want to kind of take you back a little bit, okay, to the beginning of the football season. You look around at Reynoldsburg, you guys go to practice for the first time, and you look around and you see yourself and Desmond Cooper and Jeremiah Burton and Canby Goff and some of these great-looking athletes and a good coaching staff. I want you to tell me, what was the vibe starting that first day, and did you guys think that you could put it all together to have the kind of season that we've seen the Reynoldsburg Raiders have this year?
So first practice back, you're looking around, ton of guys, everybody knows each other, everybody's cool, and we knew this was the year we had to make something pop for the culture. And, everybody just had that vibe that we was going to do something special because it was so much talent. And there's no way we can't do anything this season. Everybody looking around, everybody believes in each other, everybody got each other's back. A lot of talent. We couldn't wait for the season to start. We was all excited. We had great practices, great energy. Just everybody just getting better off of everybody. Great competition. And we knew we was going to do something this season for sure.
Absolutely, man. It's, again, from that very first practice, like you said, you look around and you see all this talent. And you're like, man, we have to be able to do something with this talent this year. Now, in some instances, coaches, they put in a system and they, kind of drive guys toward that. And in some situations, in my experiences, especially in high school, you can always get blessed with a great group of young men. You yourself a senior, and as well as some other seniors on that team. Did you want to be a leader to lead this team to heights that Reynoldsburg had never reached before? Was that part of your goal or your motivation starting out the season?
Yeah, it definitely was. I feel like, me personally, I like to lead by example. Whether it's on or off the field, just helping them with anything they need and just being that guy everybody can look to and know he's doing the right thing. So I pride myself on things like that, and that's definitely a priority for me, was leading my team.
Awesome, man. And you've led them well. Believe that for sure. Again, it's been a tremendous season, and you can look here and see some of the highlights of young Mr. Rice and some of the things that he brings to the table on the football field. Now, I kind of want to take you back a little bit further, and let's I kind of want to know, what were some of the sports that you played growing up? What piqued your interest? Has it always been football? Did you take a chance at basketball? Maybe run some track, as we see, you as a skilled position player. Was it always been football, or were there other sports that kind of piqued your interest as well?
So growing up, I went to Whitehall Preparatory Fitness Academy, and for years, from like kindergarten to sixth grade, I did taekwondo, I did tennis, and I did soccer.
Wow.
So then when I moved finally to Reynoldsburg, my seventh grade year, I tried track, and I still play football for EVAA, Eastland Vikings. Shout out to them. It's a great organization. I got nothing but love for them. I still got my towel on my wall and my jersey.
Eastland Vikings. Shout out over there. Yeah, for sure. No doubt.
So I played for them. I tried track. I had growth pain, so I stopped. It was in my heel. My growth plate opened up in my heel, so I stopped that. I just continued football from there on. Eighth grade year, I started playing football for Reynoldsburg. I ain't really talked to nobody. I was real to myself. But then my ninth grade year, I started really getting close with everybody, and it's just been a tremendous class. I love all those guys. It's so many people, so many names. It's hard to remember all of them, but I've been with those guys for years. Ever since I met them ninth grade year, started talking with them, and that's just been my group for my whole high school year. And then the younger guys, all the juniors, and just everyone on the team, everybody just close.
So, I mean, you brought up some of the guys, man, and I kind of talked about this earlier. And as you're a receiver, the receiver needs a quarterback to, get him the ball.
Right.
And I want to talk to you about your quarterback just real quick, man, Michael Wadley. I think that he's been underrated as a quarterback in the area this year. We talk about a lot of other guys, but just talk about the poise that you see from him as a young man, a growing quarterback. Last year playing early as a sophomore, this year as a junior, doing tremendous things. What have you seen from him as far as his growth, and where is he going to be able to take this program in the future?
I feel like Michael, what we've worked on with him is being the game manager for the offense, and he's gotten better and better every week. He's had really good practices. He's a great quarterback, great person. I love him, and he's going to improve very well. I can't wait to see what we do for the rest of the year. How I look at it is we got 5 games left, and I know with Michael back there, we're going to have his back. He has our back, and we could do some things.
Absolutely, man. He's been playing tremendous as well. Let's talk about Coach Buddy White, man. Coach Buddy over there, he's been there for a while, man, and he's had some talented players. He's had some talented teams. What you guys, though, have done this year, we've talked about it. Not only was it tremendous, it's been historic. This is the best season that Reynoldsburg's had ever. Big games, beating rivals that you haven't beaten, almost 20 years. Just talk about what you have seen from Coach Buddy, the excitement, the jubilance that the team, has given Coach Buddy White, and how it's maybe re-energized him and given him the love back for coaching this game.
Well, the first thing Coach White stresses, and any Reynoldsburg football player will tell you that, is that the most important thing is grades. If you don't got grades, you're not going to play on the team, and that's just the bottom line. And what Coach White does is, he keeps us energized. We got a ton of energy at practice. He also going to keep it real with you. You mess up, he's going to get in your butt all the time. Everybody knows that, and he just keeps us going. It's great playing for Buddy. Yeah. Practices be a lot of fun. He has that energy. He pumps us up for every game, and it's a great experience personally.
Awesome. And I'm sure that he has had such a pleasure coaching you, young man. The kind of young man you are, the players that you are. Again, we talked about it. Maybe 6, 7 your seniors going to have the opportunity to play Division I football. So it is a tremendous team. Take me now. You did my PSA for me for grades. I was going to get to that. We'll get back to that when we get to Purdue. But you already did my PSA for me about the grades and how important it is. So let's go inside the classroom, not in the classroom, but inside the school.
Okay.
Talk about the vibe that it's been. How has it uplifted the school, Reynoldsburg High School? Just talk about the energy, how excited the other students have been for the success of the football program this year.
It's been great. I want to shout out the Storm Deck, because those guys be going hard for us, and I love seeing that all the time. And walking around high school is just like, now kids believe in you, believe in the team, and they know what y'all can do. In the last couple of years, it was kind of weird. Everybody doubting us, and we still had doubt this year, but just this team was just different, and we showed up every week. We missed a week at Hannah, but we learned from it. I feel like the Gahanna game was a humbling experience for us, because after that we just started rolling. And what we stress is that we don't want to peak too early or peak too late. And I think right about now we should start peaking. Once again, 5 more weeks left. That's how I look at it. We take it one game at a time, but we won't be practicing on Thanksgiving. And just walking around school, it feels great. It feels really good, and I'm proud of the team.
I'm sure the students have been excited. I'm sure the administration has been excited to see the success of Reynoldsburg and the program. And I mean, you've been a big part of that, man. You really have. Let's go back on the field. All right. We talked about your numbers as a receiver. Well, we haven't talked about the numbers yet, but you can see those. I mean, all state, just the tremendous plays that we've seen up, just showing your huddle tape here. But I want to talk about defensively, okay? I think that's where really you guys have been the most impressive this year. Your defensive line is tremendous. You got great play from the linebacking core. The name escapes me, but number 25, he stood out on the game film, on the TV of the game. He was tremendous. But I just want to talk about you for a minute on the defensive side of the ball, because people hear your name and they think wide receiver, but you've had 2 tremendous plays defensively this year. 2 90-plus yard interception returns for touchdowns. Just talk about playing defense. Was that always a part of your playing style, just from the beginning as a freshman, receiver and DB? And is that something that you're going to head off to college? Do you have any concerns about maybe being switched over to the defensive side of the ball?
So growing up, actually my first position was defensive end. And I didn't start playing defense till later on. I started playing offense later on. I started playing running back. As far as growing up playing football, I played defense. I played defensive end. I played linebacker. I played corner. I played safety. And, defense was always a big thing for me. But when I started getting into high school is when it started changing for me, because we had so much talent at the safety position. It's like, I was back there for my range, basically. We like to show a lot of different looks for the team, offense and defensive-wise. We have a ton of depth when we use it very well. That's what I like. So me just going back to free safety and putting Canby strong safety is just a different look for us. And I'm back there for my range. I've always had good range at free safety, be able to go sideline to sideline. And it's a ton of fun, catching picks and trying to make plays out of them.
Let's go back to the first one, though, against Pick North, because that was a big win. That pick six, 90-plus yards. The crowd is going crazy. You know what I mean? Like, just tell me about defensively, when you get an interception like that. Now, most guys are going to go down. They're going to take a knee, you know what I mean, and kind of look around. You're looking up. You're trying to find the next block so you can get that to the house. Is that the offensive part of your game when it takes over, when you get that interception?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it is, because every time I get the ball in my hands, I want to make a great play. I want to get as close as I can to the touchdown, or just get in it. And I feel like that's what you have to do and get the ball in your hands, regardless if you're on offense, defense, special teams, whatever the case is.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's change gears here. Let's kind of look forward, and not to the playoffs. Those things will take care of itself. But I want to just talk about, your potential future. Okay, Purdue, you've committed to Purdue, and I'm just excited to see a lot of young men from Central Ohio have the opportunity. We're going to Big Ten schools and things of that nature. But like you brought up earlier, Coach Buddy White, strong on the academics, okay? Purdue is strong on the academics. So, again, I want you to take me back and talk about how important education is, not only for you, but what it has allowed you to be able to have the opportunities to go to a school like Purdue and be recruited by a lot of others where that academics are going to be the number one reason that they're coming to see you.
Well, good grades is going to open up a lot of things for recruits, really for anybody. By that case, you get a chance at free education in college. That's very expensive nowadays.
Absolutely.
Grades just open up doors for you. And not only has Coach White stressed it, not only Purdue, being a top academic school in the country, but my parents have stressed it. And for me, I've matured a lot academic-wise, and I'm proud of myself for that. And, you got to be on top of your stuff, because when you're on top of grades, and it's just a great feeling.
Let me stop you there and let me go back, okay, because you said something that was very important. You said that I've matured, okay? You said that I've matured, and that is why I became the student that I am. Just talk about that. Talk about the maturity, because you're a senior, and you're going to be gone. And, there's going to be a lot of young men, young women that are listening to this. They're going to see you as a role model of freshmen and sophomores. Tell them, what do you mean by you mature? What did you start doing differently? What did you start taking seriously that allowed you to become a better student athlete?
Well, of course, everybody knows in middle school, you know, you don't have deadlines, and you could, you know, pretty much just mess around a little bit and do whatever you want, then just turn it in at the end of the quarter. Well, when you get to high school, it's a lot different. There's going to be teachers that's going to be on your case, and if you miss that deadline, you're going to get a 50% cut, and then you're going to get 0 the next day. And a teacher that helped me with that was Miss Cox, and she just realizing that she's a great teacher. I love Miss Cox. She's an assistant principal right now, but just it gets real in high school. You got to take care of your stuff. You got to be on top of it. And me, you know, I wasn't as focused as I should have been, but what I've been working on is just get my priorities straight and time management. Time management is going to be huge for you in school, really in life, especially in college. I know I need to get on my time management, so that's why I'm working on good habits right now. So when next year comes, I'm gonna be okay, and then just adapt to that college lifestyle, and I'll be fine.
Absolutely, man. That was awesome.
And another thing I want to say is what really touched me after it happened, Pig Central. It happened yesterday. Is Pig Central? We won the game. You know, celebrating my teammates and everything. And I walking off the field, and the youth football players just like right there giving me hugs and that type of stuff. I just love setting a good role, being a good role model for those younger Raiders. And another thing, Lancaster. After the game, a kid comes up to me after my interview, and we take a selfie on Snapchat. Like, I love that type of stuff. It just shows how I know I could be a good role model for the younger Raiders, and it's just a great feeling knowing that those kids gonna look up to you. And I feel like I set a good example, so they should be heading in the right direction. I just love things like that.
Man, we love it even more, man. Thank you just for saying that. You are a role model. Young people do look up to you, and that's why it's so important to hear you say how important education is, how important those things are to not only your future, but, you know, to their future. Because when they look up and see you doing it, then they know that they can do it as well. So I just want to thank you again for those words, man. And we're not done, not at all. You know, we got a couple of things, but hey, that right there, I love that. That touched me. Thank you. Education is key. Believe that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, but let's talk about Purdue for a minute. Big win against the Buckeyes. We are in Ohio. Okay. Just tell me how that felt watching that. I know you watched it. You know, and that's the university you're going. You was there?
Yeah, I was there.
Talk about it. What was it like?
Oh, it was great. You know, I'm happy it happened the way it did by 29 because my teammates were talking so much trash that week. You know, I just kept silent. I'm not really a big trash talker. But then when the game happened, everybody just like, wow, that's why you chose Purdue. You know, I'm like, yeah. Like, I wasn't really, to be honest, I wasn't really surprised. I knew Purdue was going to pull something because they do it every year. And they have talent and they have great coaches, and that's why I want to be part of the team.
Yes.
But the way they did it by 29 was insane.
It was insane.
It was insane.
Talk about Coach Brom. He's an offensive guy. He knows how to use weapons and develop them. Was he a big part in the reason that you wanted to attend Purdue?
Definitely. You can tell they want to do something big with the program, and I love that. I also love that they only been there this is going on their second year, so they not going nowhere. I'm going to be there with them however long I'm going to be in Purdue. And also Coach Shep and Coach Hodges and just a lot of guys I could shout out. And I just love them. Every time I go down there, I feel like family. Buller up, hammer down.
Awesome, awesome. So, like, we're getting close here to the end. I want to give you the opportunity, okay, to talk about some of the people who have helped you get to this point. Obviously, you brought up some teachers and some guidance people in the school who have been tough on you and, you know, made you, like you said, mature and start to get your and get your education and academics on the level it is, which is outstanding. Again, going to University of Purdue. But let's talk about some, like you talked about, mom, dad, family members, anybody that has been influential to you to help you get to the point where we are today. Mershawn Rice, leading the team into the state playoffs. Let's give a shout out to those people, man, and because we really appreciate that as well.
Definitely shout out to all my family members, and shout out to my teammates really for making me better. Because as teammates, we get on each other about everything, grades, being good on and off the field. Like, we get on each other. We're like a big family. I love those guys to death. I'll do anything for them. Definitely family, because I've been around it my whole life. Of course, they gonna stress it. They know the importance of it. My uncle, my mom, my dad, of course, cousins, whoever it was. But I feel like that type of stuff, you gotta find it in yourself too. You gotta have some self-motivation.
Absolutely.
And when you got self-motivation, nothing can stop you, because the only thing that can stop you is yourself. So once you get that mentality right, you can do whatever you want to do in life, and that's a great thing. But having that support system is also a great feeling too. And I want to shout out my guys. They all know who they are. The seniors. It's too many names to remember, but I love y'all. Let's keep working. We got 5 more weeks left, and not just the seniors. The whole team, really. I love all y'all guys. I'll do anything for y'all. Let's get this money.
The Reynoldsburg Raiders, man. Just congratulations to the whole Reynoldsburg community. It's been awesome to watch. So look, man, all right. So we're in the playoffs now. And I'm gonna make this my last question for you, man. I don't want you to have any expectations, okay? But I do think that you guys have a tremendous, talented team. There's only one goal, right? And that's to win the state championship.
Right.
Do you guys feel confident within that locker room that this is something that you guys can do and make history for the high school of Reynoldsburg?
I definitely feel that everybody has hold on. Everybody has that feeling that we gonna make something pop this year, and we know we gotta take it 1 week at a time. We just gotta execute. And right now I'm not with them, but I know right now we're at practice, probably studying Toledo start already, and we know they made the playoffs for a reason. We can't take anybody lightly. We learned our lesson from Gahanna, and we matured as a team as well. And we're gonna take every week slow. We're gonna take care of what we gotta take care of this week. Everything. The coach's stress is that we work on ourselves first, and then we worry about the other team, because we have to be at that level that we want to be, and then we'll take care of the opponents. And us hosting the playoff game is going to be great. A lot of the kids are going to be there. It's going to be a fun game. Can't wait. But right now we're in preparation mode. We're preparing for Toledo start. They're a good team. It was something like they won their conference like 20 years in a row. Like, wow. That's insane. So,
wow.
We got a tough game. It's a playoff game.
It's been tremendous, man. I want to thank you again. The Central Ohio High School Showcase wants to thank you again for your family allowing you to come and do the interview. Coach Buddy White and the staff for allowing us to have you this Saturday morning. I'll be honest, man. I'm so impressed with just you and the things that you stand for, and the role model that you want to be. I think it's absolutely tremendous. I'm here as a fan moving forward to assist in anything that I can help you out with, man. So again, we're going to sign off. We're coming to the end here of the Central Ohio High School Showcase. From my producer Gary Likens, I am Derek Owens Jr., and I want to sign off again for Mershawn Rice, a Reynoldsburg High School, University of Purdue commit, wide receiver, defensive back. He does it all. And again, like, he shouted out some guys that he said there was so many of them. But Big J, number 53, he's one. Desmond Cooper, Canby Goff, my man Breon Eddings.
Donovan, he just got fresh out of surgery. CB. It's too many. It's too many, but
the whole Reynoldsburg family.
The whole team.
The whole Reynoldsburg family and community.
Especially Kyrie, too. I ain't forget about you, Kyrie.
You hear him back there. There he is. Yeah, for sure.
Man, it's so many. I love y'all to death, man. It's been a heck of a year. We're not done yet, though.
Not done yet,
Can't
man.
wait.
It's been special. It's been special. Thank you again for coming to see me and being in the studio with me. Derek Owens Jr.
Princeton, too.
The COHSS. It's playoff time. All right? We see y'all next week, man, for round 1. Let's get it. Be good.